Sherry,
Okay.
I'm waiting on you to give me the green flag.
You're good. Sherry, you're muted.
Mr. Chairman, it's 6:17 and you have a quorum.
I gotta wake up after my nap.
Let me get right to it. Okay, Greg Rice,
Good.
Anthony Murata,
Here.
Mark Hum,
Here.
Laura Starr,
Here.
Daniel Tanner. Daniel Tanner.
Danny appears to be frozen.
Yeah. I don't know how we. Danny.
He has it looks like a service issue. He's probably jumping in and out right now.
Okay, it changed. Danny.
Say yes, Mr. Tanner.
Is that a thumbs up?
That's a thumbs up.
Okay, we good?
No.
Yes, we're good. Okay, Mr. Chairman.
And for those of you that are just tuning in out there in television land, you are watching the August 5th, 2020, City of Lake Worth Beach Planning and Zoning Board regular monthly meeting. You just heard in kind of a painful format the roll call. Everybody's here. We have a quorum. And I would like to thank you for your patience. And hopefully the rest of the night will run just a little bit smoother. But if not, we've got the geniuses here in the house to figure it out. I'd like to, just for the sake of time now, even though we're all great patriots and we love this country, we'll forego our Pledge of Allegiance if you don't mind. I'll take the privilege of making that request. Are there any additions, deletions, reordering, or approval of? If not, I'd like to know. Let's have the approval of this agenda. Staff, no, nothing that would. Okay, we'll take this agenda as printed and approved. Would somebody like to let me know if you read the the minutes of our last meeting, which is July 15th? And if so, did you find any errors, problems, or?
I move to approve the minutes as presented.
Thank you, Anthony. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any conversation, any discussion up and down the board? All those in favor of accepting as printed, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Pam, do you want us to go up and down the bench, or is that all right?
I'm sorry, I didn't. Do I want you to go up and down?
Do you want us to go up and down with every vote so you'll have it as part of the record?
No, you don't need it for that. No.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
The actual items, yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for being here tonight. Okay, this is the audience participation part of the program. If anybody is going to come before this board tonight, we would like you to be sworn in by Sherry. So if you will, Sherry, stand up, raise your right hand. We're going to trust you know that you're in right and left, and do your thing, Sherry.
Okay, let me move. Let's get the rest of the people over. I see Keith is going really quick. He'll have them over in a moment, and then we'll.
I think I got them all.
Okay, we've got them. Okay, everybody, everybody turn on your video, turn on your audio. Everyone who's going to speak tonight, you have to see you and I have to hear you. Okay.
Hello, Juan Compton.
Thank you, Juan. I cannot see you. Can you get your video on? Mr. Schutz and Ms. Hedricks, if you're going to give testimony, you need to be sworn in. I need to see you. Please turn on your audio and your video. Okay, so I have
Just
1, 2,
listen-
3.
I'm just listening. I'm not in it.
Okay. Mr. Schutz, same thing?
He's just listening in as well.
Okay, and Miss Hendricks?
Same.
She was
Listening
listening.
in.
Just listening. Yeah.
Okay, and Bill Shevlin? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oop, there you were for a moment. Okay.
I'm having computer issues. I'll just listen.
Yeah, you should be able to see me.
Okay. Okay, you're his agent. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so everybody's giving testimony. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you will give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say yes.
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 Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for being with us tonight, and once again, thank you for your patience. Okay. We've already discussed there's no withdrawals or postponements, so we'll just slip right on down at the public hearing portion of the meeting. There is no consent agenda item, so public hearing. Any board disclosures up and down the bench? Let me say your name and yes, no, or maybe. Anthony,
No, nothing to report.
Danny,
No.
Danny, are you there? Laura, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes, I'm
Any
here. I have
disclosures?
nothing.
Can you hear me?
Disclosure? Yeah, go ahead, Danny. Any disclosures for the nice meeting?
No, I have like a delay from when I talked.
Right.
You guys hear it.
Where you at?
Chairman, you may want to have him just stop his video and just be on audio only for the time being, because it may allow him to speak without this delay.
Is that better? I turned the video off. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes,
Perfect.
but don't be
Let me know
afraid
if
to
you need
jump
to
in.
see
and
my
let me know.
face.
Okay, no disclosures, right? Thank you.
No
Mark?
disclosures.
Mark, how about you?
I don't have,
Pam, this one's for you. I own, excuse me, next case. Sorry about that. On the second case, I have something to disclose, which is I own property directly across the street from the subject property. Okay, there is no unfinished business. Let's move along into new business. This is a request by Carlos Marcet, A1A of Studio Plus LLC, on behalf of Julie Severs from Compass and Bill Shevlin, CAN, I guess that's an acronym for something, of Compass Incorporated and CAN Community Health for consideration of a conditional use permit to allow a health clinic to be located at 202 North 8th Street within the Public P zoning district. Staff, take it away.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alexis Rosenberg, for the record, Senior Community Planner, and I'll be presenting new business item A, which is the consideration of a request by Carlos Marcet, AIA of Studio Plus LLC, on behalf of Julie Seaver and Bill Shevlin of Compass Incorporated and the CAN Community Health for consideration of a conditional use permit of a health clinic at 202 North 8th Street. It's also important to note that the proposed 830 square foot health clinic will be an internal renovation and expand the existing health services provided at the site and will not result in expansion of the building. Going into the site location, the site 202 North 8th Street is located on the northeast corner of North 8th Street and 2nd Avenue North. The site includes an 11,949 square foot building and 19 parking spaces, and they're able to utilize the city-owned parking lot to the east, which is 201 North Dixie Highway, which has 21 parking spaces. The site is zoned public with a future land use designation of transit-oriented development. The applicant, Carlos Marcet, is requesting approval of a conditional use permit for the health clinic within the existing community center. Compass Inc. currently holds a business license at this location for a nonprofit organization that provides community services to the Palm Beach County residences. As mentioned, the proposed 830 square foot health clinic will be an expansion of health services that Compass provides. Currently, Compass performs HIV testing at 202 North 8th Street within a 170 square foot testing room. Including the testing room, a total of 1,000 square feet of the community center will be dedicated to health clinic services. So that's the 170 square feet testing room and the 830 square foot proposed health clinic. Going on to existing conditions, the top left picture is a west view of the on-site parking lot. The top right picture is a west view of the Compass building, and the bottom picture is a south view of the Compass building in the street. More existing conditions, the left picture is an east view of the front of the Compass building, and the picture on the right is a northwest view of 201 North Dixie Highway, which is city-owned and has 21 parking spaces across the alley. As the city allows Compass to utilize the city-owned parking lot to the east, 201 North Dixie Highway, these spaces are included in the site's parking calculation, so it would be a total of 40 parking spaces. Here, the table outlines the future land use, zoning districts, and current uses of the properties that surround the subject site. And based on staff's analysis, the proposed health clinic is consistent with the intent of the public zoning district and compatible with the surrounding uses. As part of the conditional use permit review, the Department of Community Sustainability is tasked to review the application for consistency with the city's LDRs, land development regulations, and for compliance with the findings for granting all conditional uses. The detailed staff analysis is outlined on pages 3 through 11 in the staff report. And walking you through this analysis quickly, the proposal is found to be consistent with the comprehensive plan, the city strategic plan, the general findings to harmony with the land development regulations and protection of the public interest, and consistent with the specific standards for all conditional uses. As stated in the staff report, the site is an existing legal nonconformity as it was originally constructed in 1927. Staff has determined that the proposal will not increase the nonconformities listed. The staff recommendation is that the proposed use meets the criteria of the comprehensive plan and land development regulations. Therefore, staff is recommending approval with the conditions outlined in the staff report. The conditions are located or outlined on pages 11 of the staff report. And within the conditions of approval, staff did notice a typo and would like to clarify landscape condition number 1, which should read, prior to the issuance of a business license, the required landscaping shall be installed as follows. A, provide a landscape screen utilizing native shrubs on the north side of the north rear parking lot on 202 North 8th Street. B, provide a landscape screen utilizing native shrubs along the east property line adjacent to North Dixie Highway on 201 North Dixie Highway. And C, mulch all trees and landscape beds. That concludes my presentation. The applicant is also here if you wish to ask any questions, and they do have a presentation as well, which I can upload.
Thank you, Alexis. Anybody have any questions for Alexis right now? We're gonna wait till the applicant has his chance at making a presentation. Okay, let's bring up the applicant, please.
All right. And then Carlos, do you want me to bring over anyone else to speak, or will you be presenting?
Yes, thank you, Alexis. Yes, if you would bring in Rishi Patel and also Julie Seaver.
Mr. Chairman, if I might suggest, I know that we got kind of a late start. If folks are comfortable with the item, maybe we can go straight to board questions if there's any, or if the board would like to hear the full presentation, I'm sure the applicant would be amenable either way.
Alexa?
Yes.
Is there any other details that the applicant might share with us that you might have glossed over or missed on your presentation?
I believe they have the floor plan, which you guys can take a look at, which is highlighted in their presentation.
Let me ask the board their feelings. Does anybody disagree with going straight to questions and answers?
I'm in favor of it.
Okay. Mark,
I'm in favor of it.
Laura,
That's fine with me.
Scott?
That's fine with me.
Okay. Danny,
I'm good with that.
thank you. Okay, let's do that then. Get your questions ready.
Alexis, can you please put it on the applicant's floor plan?
Sure. Let me, hold on 1 second.
Is Julie or somebody else from Compass going to be able to answer questions?
Yes, hi.
Hey there, how are you?
Good. Thank you for this opportunity to present to you today.
If there are no questions from the board, if you all would like to make a motion.
I have a couple of questions if I could.
Sure. Let me just bring up the floor plan real quick.
This is Carlos Marcet. While Alexis is bringing that up, the presentation we brought to you today is a very brief presentation. Just to give you a background, if you're interested, it's a PowerPoint presentation with only about 16 slides, just to give you the background of organizations that you know already with Compass and also the intended operator for the clinic, CAN Community.
It sounds like you might be a little let down that we didn't give you a chance to shine in the spotlight. So, yeah.
No, I'm just letting you know what we came prepared to share. But no, I'm okay either way. And I think between Julie, Rishi, and myself, hopefully we can answer your questions.
I'm sure you will.
They do a lot of great things in our
see the floor
community.
plan?
We have the floor plan showing on
Okay.
screen.
Perfect.
Okay, where at in this building is the proposed? Oh, that's the space right outline. Okay.
Yeah, there's another plan, Alexis, that shows the location of this clinic within the larger context.
Sure. Let me, I think I need to enable editing in the presentation in order.
Right, and then just go back one slide. That's forward. You just go back one slide. And that'll give you the context of the first floor of the community center, the oriented plan north. And so you can see it would occupy the small corner of the existing community center, that northeast corner.
Was that taking space out of the ballroom?
Correct.
Thank you.
So now you can go to the next slide, which shows the detail.
Julie or others, will there be prescription medication either given out or dispensed in some way or another from this location?
Oh, I think she's muted. Okay, there we go. Unmuted.
You might be best to answer this question here. Rishi is the COO with CAN Community.
Okay, Rishi, step up to the mic, please.
Unfortunately, his mic is not picking up. Keith, can you see if there's something on our end?
It's never on our end in terms of volume. There's nothing I can do.
Hello?
Oh, I think I heard
We can't
it.
hear you.
We can hear you.
I
No,
I
you
heard
can't.
for a second.
Might be able to call Rishi and get him on by phone.
If you can call him and get the answer to the question.
Okay.
And the question is, will there be prescription medication, either dispensed in any fashion, whether that
Hey,
be
Rishi.
given away, sold, or
Yeah, I have him on the phone. Maybe you could hear him this way. I might, well, go ahead, Rishi. See if you can respond to the question, which is, will there be medication given to
prescription medication?
prescription medication?
No medication will be dispensed from the clinic location.
Thank you. Who can answer this question for me? The improvements needed or requested by staff as far as landscaping is concerned, will that expense be borne by Compass or the city of Lake Worth because it's our property, or who will be charged for that expense?
That would be expected to be done by Compass. Based on their lease, they are responsible for maintaining the property.
Okay, thank you. And I'm sure that with a small facility like this, there will be probably minimal increase in traffic in and out of there.
That is correct. When we looked at the traffic trip generation table from Florida Department of Transportation, technically this is still, because it's a component of the entire building, it is still classified as a community center. And so the trip generations didn't change from an analysis standpoint. And then in the staff report, the applicant also mentions that there are not many cars expected to be coming throughout the day. It's not expected to be a mass increase.
Anybody have any idea how many patients roughly on an average day will be seen in this new facility?
Hi, it's Julie. Can
Hi
you
there.
hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Greg. How are you?
Good.
So this expansion of services is really going to serve the existing client base to our community center. For the most part, 70% of our community center and client population utilize Uber Health and the Palm Beach County bus transit system, which Route 1 drops you off right in front of the center. So that we will not see a huge increase in traffic because we'll be providing the additional services within our existing client base.
Thank you, Julie. Board members, any questions?
Nope.
Anthony,
I
what
have
do
a
you
question.
Okay, ladies first. Go ahead. Go ahead, Laura.
How many employees are going to be added?
One nurse practitioner. So Compass currently employs 25 full-time staff members. On the CAN Community Health side, Rishi. Oh dear, we can't hear you.
I can get him back on. Hopefully.
Medical assistant, a nurse practitioner.
I'm sorry, could you start that over again, Rishi?
Sure. So we would have one person at the front desk to greet patients. We will have a medical assistant and a nurse practitioner for the medical care. So 3 total staff.
So there won't be any doctor, no MDs?
So it'll be a nurse practitioner that has prescribing rights and able to see patients as well. We will have an overseeing doctor that would come in once a month to see patients, but a nurse practitioner will be the lead there.
I can't hear you.
Rishi said that it would be a nurse practitioner that would be the lead provider there.
And then I heard something about a physician that has overseeing the nurse practitioner.
He said once a month, I believe, if the applicant correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct, Carlos.
Anthony, you have a question?
I do not, thank you.
Mark?
No, I'm good.
Mr. Tanner?
No, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I guess my only last question, Miss Julie, what type of medical services do you guys offer the public or folks that come into Compass?
So currently, and for almost 3 decades now, Compass is the only direct service provider to the LGBTQ community. But we have also worked with men, women, and young adults that are living with HIV. That is our roots. We, especially during this time of COVID, we feel blessed to continue our work in healthcare, youth and family services. Our mental health programs have increased tenfold, and providing emergency assistance to the Lake Worth Beach community and beyond. The only thing that we have not been able to provide since the shutdown in March is that we also serve as a home to several nonprofit and community organizations and grassroots organizations that do not have a space to meet and connect. So with the expansion of the clinic, we'll be able to offer even more free services to the community in other STD testing and health and wellness.
Thank you, Julie, for sharing that with me and the rest of the community. If there's no other questions by this board, does somebody like to make a go at a potential motion?
I will. Before I do that, though, I just want to quickly disclose, I wasn't thinking about it earlier, I am a business member of Compass. I'm not sure if that matters or not, but I'm just throwing out there for disclosure purposes. That is the case. I move to approve PZB project number 2000500005 with staff recommended conditions for a conditional use permit to allow a health clinic use at 202 North H Street. Project meets a conditional use criteria based on the data and analysis in the staff report.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Okay, Mark, was that you first? Or
Yeah.
Dan? Okay. We have a motion by Anthony, second by Mark. Any other discussions, questions? All those in favor say aye. Or wait a minute, we gotta go up and down. Anthony, start it for me. You made the motion.
Approve.
Laura?
Approve.
Danny?
Approve.
And the gentleman that gave us the second, Mark?
Approve.
And I vote to approve. So it's unanimous. Sherry, do your thing.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you very much. And speaking for myself, but also a not lifelong, but damn near member of this community, I want to thank Julie and all your staff for what you do for this community and what reaches outside this community as well, serving the population of folks that you provide service for. You guys do a great job. You're a great tenant for the city. Appreciate you taking care of the building for us. And just want to thank you and I hope you have another 20 years of success in the community. So thank you, Julie.
Thank you for investing. Thank you and for investing in us.
You're more than welcome. Okay. And I want to apologize to the folks you brought in for the technical problems we've had. But we're chugging along, and for a city our size, I think we're doing a damn good job. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then this next case is, first of all, Pam, can you hear me? Pam?
I can.
Okay, well, I just heard your reply. Thank you. As I mentioned in the disclosure portion of the meeting, and I don't know if you want me to pass the gavel to Anthony on this, but I own property directly across the street from the subject property that we're next going to be discussing. Or is my disclosure sufficient in that regard?
Your disclosure is sufficient unless you want to be an affected party.
No, I'm not interested in being an affected party.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't have any kind of a financial gain possibility of any sort.
Not at all. Not at all.
Then you're fine.
Okay. I was wanting to see how Anthony would do.
There goes my big chance.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
You could have been a star. We already have a star on our board, Laura.
Here you go.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me get this one off the ground. Going. Next case, PZB project number 20-014 and a bunch of 0000003. A request by Julian Cotton of Cotton Architecture on behalf of Jin for consideration of a major site plan and sustainable bonus to construct a 7,038 plus or minus square foot mixed use building at 1303 and 1305 Lucerne Avenue, including a residential component and, four dwelling units and 1,900 square feet of retail space within the downtown DT zoning district. I guess,
All right. If you're
Andrew,
ready.
take it away.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. This item is new item business B, new business item B. So good evening. For the record, this is Andrew Meyer, Senior Community Planner, and I will be presenting new business item B, request by Juan Cotton of Cotton Architecture on behalf of Jin for consideration of a major site plan and sustainable bonus to construct a mixed-use building at 1303 and 1305 Lucerne, including 4 dwelling units and plus or minus 1,900 square feet of retail space within the mixed-use East zoning district. Please note that there is a Scrivener's error in the staff report title, which incorrectly stated that the project is in the downtown zoning district. To reiterate, the project is located in the mixed-use East zoning district.
Thank you, sir.
The owner, Jin, is requesting to build a mixed-use building with 4 two-bedroom dwelling units and 1,900 square feet of retail space. As such, the owner is requesting the following approvals. Again, a major site plan for approximately 7,038 square foot of mixed-use building with 4 dwelling units and 1,900 square feet of retail, as well as a sustainable bonus for an additional floor above the maximum building height for a total of 3 floors, an additional floor area ratio of approximately 703 square feet over what is permitted by right. The subject site is located along Lucerne Avenue between North D and E Streets, as can be seen on the map on the left. And on the right, you'll see that it's located within the mixed-use East zoning district. 1303 and 1305 Lucerne currently exist as vacant lots. 1303 Lucerne previously contained a single-family residence. However, this was demolished a few months ago under an approved demolition permit. In both photos of the site, you'll see the lot as it exists today, with the house demolished. The proposed mixed-use structure incorporates 1,900 square feet of retail on the ground floor with 4 two-bedroom units on the second and third floors. The retail space fronts and is oriented towards Lucerne Avenue, promoting Lucerne as a pedestrian corridor. The units will be accessed through a staircase at the rear of the building connected to Lucerne through a walkway along the east side of the site. That would be along this walkway here. The parking is also located towards the rear of the property in alignment with the city's major thoroughfare design guidelines and is accessed by the alleyway. The mixed-use building provides many features in support of the major thoroughfare design guidelines, such as orienting the building towards Lucerne Avenue to promote walkability, providing awnings and overhangs to shelter pedestrians from weather as they approach the retail space, and staggering the architectural to create visual interest and break up the building mass. In addition, the project provides large fenestration which exceeds the 25% requirement to promote visibility between the street and the interior, and places the parking towards the rear of the property, both of which are also in support of the major thoroughfare design guidelines. This table outlines the future land use, zoning districts, and current uses of the properties that surround the subject site. Based on staff's analysis, the proposed uses are compatible with the surrounding uses. Going into staff's analysis, the proposal is found to be consistent with policy 1.1.1.5 of the city's comprehensive plan and pillars 2A, 4A, 4D, and 4E of the city's strategic plan. The site plan was found to be consistent with the qualitative development standards section of the land development regulations. The site plan is organized in an efficient manner, provides for both pedestrian and vehicular access to and from public ways, and provides for safe circulation of pedestrians on site by separating vehicular and pedestrian circulation. The site plan was also found to be consistent with the community appearance criteria section of the land development regulations. The buildings are designed at a scale and style that matches that of the surrounding area and provides a site plan and landscaping that is in alignment with the major thoroughfare design guidelines. The proposed project includes a request for a sustainable bonus of 1 additional floor. This request includes additional building height of 5 feet and an additional floor area ratio of 0.11. The total bonus area being sought is 2,475 square feet, which is the square footage of the 3rd floor. To obtain the bonus square footage, the applicant must provide at least $12,375 worth of sustainable improvements and/or elements of excellent design. The table above outlines the features being provided to meet the sustainable bonus requirements. The applicant is providing a large roof deck, which will be furnished with tables, chairs, and planters, and provides for open space beyond what the code requires. The applicant is also providing bicycle parking in excess of code requirements, as well as enhanced landscaping. Staff finds these improvements meet the intent and requirements of the Sustainable Bonus Incentive Program. So in summary, staff recommends that the board approve the major site plan and sustainable bonus request as conditioned. The conditions of approval are outlined on pages 10 and 11 of the staff report. If you'd like to go over any of them, I have those slides available. That concludes my presentation. The applicant has a presentation and will be available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm going to bring Juan over, who will be presenting. Oh, looks like somebody brought him over. Give me a moment to queue it up.
Hello,
Yep. Almost.
can you hear me?
We can hear you, Juan.
We can hear you. Thank you,
Okay,
Andrew.
great. Thank you. Thank you very much, board members, for taking the time tonight to go through this project. Our client is a very interesting person who owned a few health spas here in Broward and also in Palm Beach, and she is now retiring. and decided to make an investment here in Lake Worth through real estate. And this is her sort of retirement piece here. Single woman, very, very nice woman, Korean, and doesn't speak much English, believe it or not. Great lady, and she really likes Lake Worth. One of the things she wanted to do was to make something really nice over on Lucerne, and she really wanted to max it out, and she was interested in this whole, the urbanization, I guess, of Lake Worth and what the density would be and everything else. So we said, well, you know, we could try to do this or try to do that. Spoke to the staff, and we came up with this building, which will eventually be a very nice infill building, because we're also doing a building next door to it, which will follow. Next slide, please. Andrew, yeah, okay. Yeah, the building sits, as I said, right there on a lot which has recently been cleared through a demolition permit, right off of E Street and very close to E Street in Lucerne. Next slide, please. As you can see, the area is spotted with older buildings and some newer buildings that are coming up. A lot of them are the modern lofts and the CRA itself. Next slide, please. Yeah, some more of the same buildings. And you can see some of the newer buildings here, which this building will fall in line with in terms of the density and the kind of modern outlook of it. Next slide, please. The building itself has met the parking criteria, and also we've added some bicycles and, like you said, some landscape. It will have a building to the right of it, which will come before you in the next month or so. Next, please. We have used all native landscape, worked pretty hard with the landscape department in review, plan review, to get everything to be a sustainable Florida native plant. Next, please. Yeah, they will have on the bottom, there are 2 units that'll be about 957 square feet. One is 957, one is 977. In aggregate, it's 1,935 square feet in the first floor. Next. Upstairs, the first floor is fully handicap available, and the parking is in the back for the handicap spot as well. So on the upstairs, these are two bedroom apartments, and that will be at 1,371 feet. They have both balconies in the front and the back, and there was a very big push to make this a very open living space in terms of the lighting that went into it. The roof itself, we thought, because we have so many balconies in the front and the back for each apartment, we thought that the roof would be a major plus, because people could enjoy, since they don't have a yard, they could enjoy the roof and sort of the cityscape to do barbecues and to have people over and just enjoy the open air up on the roof of the building. Next. Here's the side elevation, if you can see it. Next, please. Front elevation. The front is demarked by the rectangle that you see there that jets out just slightly for the retail and becomes part of the balcony space above. And then the one other balcony above that with the roof above that. Next. And in the back, we try to make it as interesting as the front, because eventually we believe these alleys will actually be quite nice with all the landscape as they get developed all the way through with the urban plan that Lake Worth has. Next. Here's the building here in section. You can see how the back has this under area where the cars partially park under it there, and the building sits on the side. Next. These are some of the materials. We're looking for a very modern style with flush open windows, exposed concrete, and some different coloration on the stucco. Next. Here is the front elevation. Believe it's pretty good upgrade to what was there previously. Next.
You say that tongue in cheek.
And the back as well. We believe that these protruded pieces, they shade the cars and kind of give a building a certain look to it, but also give the balconies on top of those pieces as well. Next. The interiors will be a modern industrial with a loft style finish. The interiors basically, I know that the board really doesn't look at them, but we thought it was important because this is really going to attract the people to move in. It'll be wood, concrete, drywall, and a lot of windows. Next, please. There is part of the roof garden there with natural landscape as well, seating areas, and there will be a barbecue and things up there as well. Next. Here we are, and that was the slide we kind of started with. I believe is our last slide. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Board members, go first. I got several questions. Any board member want to start it off for us?
Go ahead.
Oh, come on, there. Anthony,
I was saying, go ahead if you have questions.
do what?
I was just suggesting that you start us off if you have your question.
Okay, I do have some questions. Okay. Thank you, Anthony. So the individual units, I was doing some calculating on my phone in case anybody was wondering, just to get approximately what the square footage of each of those 4 apartments are going to be. It looks like, what is it going to be, about 1,500 or so square foot, or did you say 1,300?
They're 1,300, 1,371, and the top units will end up being about 1,000, 1,025.
But the top units will also be 2-bedroom?
Yes.
What do you think the going rent is going to be for those 2 bedrooms?
I didn't get into the rent end of it. The bedrooms.
Hey, this is your boss's retirement here. Come on.
I understand, I know, but she was more on she wanted it, I mean, the instructions were, she wanted to get the maximum and she wanted the 2 bedrooms for family style kind of living. I believe what she was looking at was close to $2,000.
Okay. Why wouldn't you have combined the lot on East Street with those 2 lots that we're talking about right now?
Why combine them? Because she
setbacks, if nothing else.
Excuse me?
It would have saved some setback spacing. You'd have built as far as your square footage goes.
Well, okay, she owned both lots, which is why both lots were joined.
Right.
But then we also maximized all of our square footage and our setbacks that we could have with the staff per the LDR.
You did that, but didn't you say that she has another project going to bring to the board?
No. It's a different, my firm is doing a different.
Oh, it's another
project, nothing to do with this. I just mentioned it, but yes.
Okay.
Nothing to do with it. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
Different owner, different everything. Yeah.
Okay. And this is all going to be rental, right? It's not condo?
Yes, it's rental.
Yes. Does she plan on managing it herself?
Yeah, she does. Yes, absolutely.
She wants to work in her retirement.
Absolutely.
Right, Anthony?
She will be managing it.
One of our board members has a property management company. He'll never live long enough to retire in that industry. He's too nice. Anyhow.
That's good. That's funny.
No, I have no qualms at all with it. I appreciate pioneers like that jumping out there, and I've always thought that there's a lot of potential, certainly, and that's the future. That end of Dixie Highway. That's the new downtown, and the historical downtown east of Dixie is the old downtown. but I think they can blend well together once we get enough activity down there. And with what's going to happen at the Bohemian, we're all crossing our fingers with that gets done now. I mean, that'll put you on the map.
Yeah, and I think the owner's very aware. She was very happy that the Bohemian, things like that were happening. Matthews Brewing and all these things. It's she was happy to be part of the first people to get in on it.
Well, tell her good luck, but tell her if she remembers the wagon trains going west, back to the formation of this country of ours. the lead wagons caught all the arrows. So, okay, there's my questions. And Anthony, your turn.
Oh, I didn't have any, Greg. I'm good, thank you.
Okay. There's got to be other questions, I would guess, assume. Mark, this is getting close to your neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I don't have any questions.
Laura?
Building,
Go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry.
I said the building looks nice. I think I lost my camera. The green light's not on. I'm not unhappy about it. But
Did you get to see the renderings, Mark?
yeah, I can see you, but I think my camera down. I don't know if you can see me.
No, I cannot see you. Can I?
Okay.
I can hear you fine. No,
Okay.
I like you. I'm impressed with that new modern industrial kind of edgy look.
I liked it.
Yep.
I'm rejoining again here.
Laura, you have
I
any
got
questions of the applicant?
No.
Of the applicant's appointee? And Danny, you're in construction.
Yes. My question was, is about this, the rooftop and they are for use only the tenant. Could you explain a little bit? Because I know on the breakdown slide that we showed with the amenity and the option, it did say for public use there, for public good. And I just wanted to clarify, that's not going to be accessible to the public, or?
No, it's the public. I mean, it's the people who live there.
That
it's not
public.
for the renters, absolutely. So,
But thank you for asking that question, Danny.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for staff or the applicant? That being said, then I'm certainly willing and eager to entertain a motion.
Let's ask for public comment.
Oh, gosh, you know what, Pam? We're getting rusty at this thing here. That's why we got you here, man. I'm telling you. I'll call your boss tomorrow and tell him to put another shekel in the bag for this week. Thank you for keeping us on the straight and narrow. Do we have any letters of concern or endorsement or whatever, Sherry?
No, we do not, and I've not received any comments through the portal during the course of the meeting.
We've checked it recently then, okay? Okay, thank you. And thank you, Pam. Okay, that being said, we got that cleared up. Now, let me repeat myself. Does anybody have a shot at a potential motion? And
I'll do it. I move to approve PZB project 20-014-00003 with staff recommended conditions for a major site plan with a sustainable bonus of one additional story to construct a mixed-use building, including 4 dwelling units and plus 1,900 square feet of retail space at 1303 and 1305 Lucerne Avenue. The project meets the applicable criteria based on the data and analysis in the staff report.
we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Did you get both of those, Sherry? Sherry?
I did.
Okay, thank you. And you got the
Do you want me
names
to?
of both. You got the names of each. Okay, we have a motion and a second. You want to run up and down the list and call roll
I sure
for the
can.
vote? Please do.
Anthony Murata,
Aye.
Mark Hum,
Aye.
Laura Starr,
Aye.
Daniel Tanner,
Aye.
and Greg.
Aye, enthusiastically aye.
Okay, the ayes have it, unanimous, 5-0.
Thank you, Sherry, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, we look forward to seeing something coming out of the ground real soon.
Thanks.
Okay. Look forward to seeing you next month, maybe.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, see ya. Okie dokie. Now, a chance for us to get to talk to the staff. Oh, no. Is there any planning issues that we need to be aware of, guys?
Nothing major, other than that the set of LDRs that you all reviewed and approved unanimously at your last meeting. Those were approved on first reading by the City Commission and are scheduled for second reading and adoption on August 18th. We have not yet received the Gulfstream application, but we anticipate it at any moment. So we're very excited about that. And let's see. We have received an application for a specialty distillery, which was one of the new uses that you all recommended approval for in your last in the last packet of LDRs. And even though this won't come to you, I will mention that Calero's unfortunately closed, but a new business is going into that space, and that they have an application for a mural that will go before the HRPB this month. Before
who?
The HRPB, not
Okay,
you.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's those guys, yeah.
But it's just downtown, that's our center. So I
know.
thought you all would like to know that space.
I had a question about murals. Is it not the right time to ask them?
No,
Should I
go
wait?
ahead. Go ahead.
When the murals are approved, are they approved for a period of time?
So and I have Andrew and Alexis on, and they can correct me because they've been here longer than I am. They're approved with a removal agreement, and they're required. There's not a time frame, but when they become deteriorated, the applicant signs a removal agreement that they need to continuously maintain it, and then at such time as it becomes deteriorated over time, they're required to remove it at their own cost.
So if they were a tenant, like the charter school on Dixie, I think it's like Dixie between 12th and 13th. And the charter school that used to be there did those murals all along Dixie, but they're gone. How do those get removed?
So the property owner would have the responsibility to remove them.
Okay.
And the school did not own the property.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. So murals are not signs. So while they were a child themed mural or an educational themed mural, they're considered art. And we specifically prohibit, a lot of times they have art associated with a business, or might be indicative of the business there, but they're not required to be formal signage. So there's no requirement when the business leaves. Like when a business leaves, a lot of times we'll require the property owner to remove the signage related to the business that's no longer there. So, but this is a murals, not signage. So it's a little different.
And is there anything that requires a mural to be completed within a certain amount of time?
That's usually within the conditions of approval.
I'm specifically referring to the one on Dixie and 10th at the Marine Place.
Tuppence.
Yeah, I know that one has taken a little bit longer than expected. There's no time for them to absolutely complete. I know that mural is about to be completed, but I know the artist ran into some weather and some other issues. So they've been working on it for quite some time.
And he is a very active artist. He does work all over the place. And I have to say, what a great, I drive by that 2 times a day at least. And I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah, I believe that artist is also a resident in the city.
He is a resident. He is a resident. Absolutely. But it's almost done. Exactly. You can follow him and some of his works and projects on his Facebook page if you prefer to see that. But yes, I think he's getting close.
So there is no requirement that they complete a mural within a certain amount of time.
There could be.
We
Yeah,
could look at that. Go ahead, Alexis.
Oh, I was going to say, like Aaron said, I don't believe there's a restriction in the code of how long they have, but usually it's placed in the conditions. So if you want, I can double check. I know the Tuppence mural was approved.
No, I was just curious because we seem to be getting quite a few requests for murals. So going forward, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, that's good to
Definitely
keep in
something
mind.
we'll consider as additional conditions of approval, just that they need to complete it within a certain amount of time or ask for an extension. If it's not moving along expeditiously, if they're not continuing to do work, if they, I think that would be, if we don't already have it, it would be important if somebody leaves it midway and is not continuing to work on it and they kind of abandon the mural. I think that that's when that language would be really important.
Did I read? I'm sorry, who spoke? Somebody just said something.
Oh, I was just going to mention that we're hoping to have your next round of LDRs in September. So
And what will we be going over there?
Well, if everything goes as planned, which we're hoping, we should have appeals, potentially some revisions to our development order, clarifications, maybe, and some changes to our landscape code.
Thank you very much. Well, let's hope we don't have a long meeting that night. I mean, as far as business ticket. But on the other hand, let's hope we do. Have we heard anything more about the Bohemian?
Well, the comprehensive plan amendments necessary to entitle the Bohemian were adopted by the City Commission, and they were approved by the state. So they're ready to go. Alexis or Andrew, have we received their building permit yet? I know they were eager to get started.
I have not heard about receiving their building permit yet, so I don't think they did that just yet.
So that was the last part of the process. So they're ready to go to permit.
I believe I read something on one of the business journals or something that they have their financing in place. I don't know if that's true or not. And I didn't call the CRA to see if they'd heard anything because I'm sure there was some sweetener there. I don't know for 100% sure, but anyhow.
That was my impression as well, but hopefully we'll have a building permit shortly.
As opposed to Longley. Okay. Anybody else have anything? Comments, questions, compliments? Nitpicking?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I just hope that the other planning approval, like we did last month, goes as well next month as the one did last month. That one was painless.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But that happens once in a while.
Yeah, that was fun.
I want to compliment you, and I am full of compliments. I don't want to sound like the president, complimenting everybody about everything, but you guys have done a heck of a job during this this time that we've never experienced in this business world of ours, keeping things going and actually getting work done. I don't think there's been this much going on in the downtown area, at least areas that I hang out in a long, long time. And you guys have been able to keep it going in spite of not being able to get any closer to 6 feet. And I mean, all the responsibilities that we all take on ourselves to try to beat this thing. So my hat's off to you in that regard. And I also want to thank the city for the great job that they did during our dry run hurricane we had last weekend, which I thought they did an excellent job. I know we had a few problems, but there weren't that many problems, except they're in downtown on Lake and Lucerne, or excuse me, Lake Avenue and the alleyway. John Rice Way is now over my head as far as the water backed up in that little swell. But other than that, the utility department did a great job. I don't know how many actual outages that was reported, but the last numbers that I read, we did a lot better than FPNL in Palm Beach County. So hats off to all those guys for having the system in good shape to begin with and being on call when we did have outages. So thanks to all those folks as well.
I just want to add that we have not, well, we are not, our doors are not open to the public in the community sustainability department.
Mhm.
We are full-time and we're available in a variety of different ways. And we're having WebEx meetings with applicants and we are full tilt on, we had a little tiny lull of building permits during the big shutdown in March, but we are back up and over our pre-March numbers. So we are going full throttle. And we're doing it all while social distancing and keeping staff safe. So,
Aaron, is there any way to check on? I know a long time ago when roads were all the worry that we were resurfacing the roads and the sidewalks and what have you. At one time, the road that runs along the Bohemian was slated to be redone, but then I don't know if that particular obligation or whatever held on to the end. But I did get a call from a business owner on that road asking that specific question to me this week. And I said, I didn't know who I would call to find out. If you could tell me who I could call or if you could find out for me and let me know.
The East Coast, is it Drive or Street? I can't remember the
Right.
East Coast Street.
They're, as part of the conditions of approval, the applicant is going to improve that segment of the roadway.
The Bohemian.
Complete with landscaping and on-street parking as well.
But how far south do you think they'll go beyond their building?
It'll go to their property line for their portion. And then I'm not sure, I don't have the top of my head when the remaining project would be, but that would be, we can contact our city engineer for you and see if we can't get that information.
Could you do that for me? I appreciate it. Okay. Well, once again, thank you guys. Sherry, anything from you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I think I have everything. I hope everybody got their packet. It was kind of a little bit like this afternoon, but I tried to wrap it up. Of course, it rained this morning, so.
Yeah.
But no, I think everything's been moving along pretty good, so.
Okay. Pam, are we fine? We're a little short, no pun intended, on board member designees or whatever.
Yeah.
Do we have any time period that we have to try to get those filled, those spots, those openings rather?
I think if you recall, the actual bylaws call for 5 board members and 2 alternates. And so we've always operated with the alternates included.
Is that right, Pam?
I hope not.
So do I. I hope not too.
So I
I
can tell
hope
you.
not. Oh, I need to read the bylaws. I hope not. I think it's 7 members. I hope it's 7 members.
But Sylvina is aware that
Yes,
the
they are
appointment
aware.
was made. Yes.
So they'll figure out who gets to make the decision, you know, each commissioner.
Yeah, it's a rotating schedule, but I don't know the schedule.
Right, so they know that, and then that.
We can provide to you which commissioner is up for appointment. So, and if you want to mention to a person, you know, who you know would be a great board member, and you know, we definitely suggest that to them and have them put in their application. So for sure, we're going to be moving forward with our reappointments request to the commissioners soon.
And for the public record, I would like to thank Mike Glazer for his service to this board. He did a wonderful job. He's a long time Palm Beach County resident, and he's lived in Lake Worth for, I don't know, 10 years now or so. and I think contributed greatly to this board with his expertise and background. So thank you, Mr. Glazer. Appreciate your service to the city.
And Sherry
with that
will get
said,
that
if there's
out
no
in
other,
an email to you. Sherry will get that out in an email to all the board members tomorrow. So who's up, which commissioners, who's up for appointment, and then if you.
I can tell you right now. So Brock would be replaced by Omari Hardy. That's his appointment, or commissioner district number 2. And Michael will be appointed by Herman Robinson, commissioner district number 4.
thank you, Sharon, once again.
You're welcome.
Okay, I want to remind everybody to go out and vote. Go out and fill out your census applications or forms or whatever. That is very imperative.
Yeah.
Very imperative that we do that. And if nobody else has anything to say or want to ask or whatever, thank you, guys. I call this meeting adjourned, and we'll see you next month. Maybe face to face, but probably not. So wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay 6 feet apart. See you next month, guys.
Thank you for your service,
Thank-
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.